and I have had the opportunity to work more in the IAM area since beginning. So initially, I used to be part of admin activities. Then I learned SailPoint. I used to work as a SailPoint engineer. Then I used to work as a developer, and currently I'm working as an architect for various projects. That's a quick intro about me. So can all of you introduce yourself one by one? Let's start with Rashmi.
Yeah, hi all. My name is Rashmi and I have 5 years of experience in IT. Currently working in binary stream software solution, but my domain is currently not IAM, but I wish to switch back to IAM. I'm from Kerala, currently in
Okay,
Mumbai.
okay, got it. So we have 5 years of experience, right?
Yeah, 5 years of
So
experience, but just 3 years of experience in IAM.
I am.
Yeah.
So Rashmi, may I ask, why do you want to learn SailPoint? Because usually you should have a solid reason to learn SailPoint, right?
Yeah, to be frank, currently my domain is not IAM, as I was not getting an opportunity in IAM. So I
Okay,
wanted to switch back to IAM. And I think learning SailPoint is inevitable in that aspect. Yeah.
okay, got it. Inevitable. Cool. So do you have any specific requirement to learn SailPoint? Because somebody is already know all the IAM process so that they can start from anywhere, like from the product standpoint. Some people are new to this domain, so they have to learn from IAM level, like root level. Or somebody they know the product, SailPoint product, they want to learn all the development activities. So what is your expectation here?
Uh,
You
yeah, I mean, I don't know much about SailPoint. I just know like a basic thing where access provisioning is done, but I
okay?
wanted to explore more on it.
Got it. And my last question would be, so since already you have 3 years of experience in IAM, right? If you don't mind, can you elaborate your day-to-day activities which you perform in those 3 years?
Yeah, I was in a termination team, so it was mostly terminating the user, and also we have certification also quarterly. So
Okay.
we have done that as well. And uh, few years we also I was in directly interacting with the end user, and I mean it was call related. So we used to take their request and check their access, and if they have any problem with the access, we used to troubleshoot in the call.
Okay, got it. So whatever we are doing in SailPoint using automation, so the same thing you have done manually, if I'm not wrong. Like as you said,
Yeah, yeah,
termination and certification. So
yeah.
certification is all about review all the user access, whether the user has the required access or not. If they have any unwanted or unauthorized access, it needs to be revoked, eliminate. So the same thing you are doing manually, is that right?
Correct, correct.
Okay, similarly, termination. So whenever user is going to leave an organization, you will make sure all the access needs to be deleted. At least it needs to be disabled. So this is okay, Rashmi, got it. Yeah. Then obviously SailPoint is 100% suitable tool for you to learn to switch your career. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, yeah, let's go to Naha Hendavi. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi Kabi, yeah, my name is Naga Haindavi and I'm having 8 years of experience in IAM.
Mm,
I'm basically from Andhra Pradesh and yeah, right now I'm working with Morgan Stanley.
mm,
So why I choose SailPoint is I have been working in IAM from past 8 years, but I never got that opportunity to learn on any specific tool
mm,
based on IAM. Like everything was like internal tools and just um, granting
mm.
access to users via internal applications, but I never got chance to explore on some specific tools, and I have been inquiring here and there, and I got to know now SailPoint is booming, and there is a lot to learn and it's interesting, and that is the reason why I choose this.
Okay, got it. So since you have 8 years of experience and as per your statement, if I'm not wrong, you're into manual provisioning, correct?
Yes, yes, that's
So as you
correct.
said, all the internal or business application. So you used to
Yes, yes,
provide access manually.
yes.
So are you particularly into only manual provisioning and is it deprovisioning as well?
Yes, the provisioning as well. But that's what there's no depth knowledge on anything. Like I
Okay.
didn't get to learn much, and we are also starting with this RBAC process. So I thought like this will also help, like as it covers like RBAC and role mining and all those things.
Okay. Now, why I'm asking these many questions so that I can come to know whether you guys are into the right path or not. Let's say
Yes,
you have some
yes,
other desire, and if you're going to enroll into this course, there is no point. That is the reason.
yes. I
Okay.
understand your point.
So since you're from IM domain and you have experience manual
Provision.
provisioning,
Yes.
and do you have any idea about governance area,
Not
governance
much.
activity?
Not much.
Okay.
We keep
So let's
doing like
say,
this audits and all internal audits. I guess apart from that, like not much.
okay, internal audit and all. So like as a audit teams, if you are looking for any evidence, if
Yes,
audit teams
that's
is looking
correct.
for any evidence, we have to provide to them.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, let's say whatever activities we have done it so far manually, if you get a chance to learn, configure everything using SailPoint, which means basically we can automate all the process, everything from SailPoint.
Yeah.
So that's what we are going to learn here. Yeah,
Okay.
Andre, I got your requirement.
Yeah. Thank you, Kapil.
Thank you. So let's go to RA.
Hi, Kabir. This is
Hello.
Raj. Yeah.
Hi, Raj.
So my background is like the business, but like I'm working as like an IAM analyst, like for last I
Mm.
think almost like 11 months, so almost like a year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my basic exposure to the IT.
Mm. Okay, Raj. And do you have any specific reason to learn SailPoint? Because you guys could have
Uh,
chosen other tools as well, like CyberArk, Savient, Okta.
Right. So I think what I have learned from like during my work, last 11 month and like from my colleagues and, as I research on my own, like the cell phone is more powerful. It has
Mm.
more like scope, right? That's what we seek for. That gives us like more strength in the market for like the job hunting, even like the paycheck, more career security. So I thought like SailPoint would be like more specific, and I'm kind of I don't work on the SailPoint by itself, but like getting like those onboarding documents, requirements to the SailPoint. I have basic idea how does it work, so
Mhm.
I thought SailPoint was the right course.
Yeah, got it, Raj. Yeah. So have
Yeah,
you
thank you.
learned any other products in your past? In the past, have you learned
Not
any other
really.
IAM products?
Not really. I have went through a couple like YouTube videos, like the intro YouTube videos for Okta. Yeah, so
Okay.
SailPoint and Okta. So I haven't done anything like explored anything on like the CyberArk and other IAM tools.
Okay. Got it, Raj. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then let's go to Koshish.
Hi, his course is hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear?
Koshish, keep going. Yeah, you're audible.
Hi,
Keep
his
going.
course is yeah. In my past I was doing as a uh, help desk for the networking. So I don't
Okay.
have any knowledge on SailPoint or anything. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to like do something new. That's why I want to learn this.
Okay. So got it. How many years of experience you have?
On help desk, I have like 3 years. I was like network on networking and Microsoft.
Okay, so basically you're from IT support, right? And now you
Yeah,
want to switch your domain. Okay.
switch. Yeah, I want to switch to something new.
Got it, Koshish. So guys, my recommendation would be to stick with one product. Okay. So whether it's SailPoint, Savient, Okta, it's up to you. But try to stick with one product and try to fulfill all the requirements. Got it. Okay. Okay, guys, then let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay. So guys, before getting to SailPoint, obviously each and every participant must understand what is IAM, because IAM is the process. IAM is like it's a consistent framework. Okay. So once you understand IAM, then obviously you can learn any product. But you have chosen to learn SailPoint. Then in the demonstration, I don't want to elaborate more. But SailPoint is one of the market leader in the governance area as per the Gartner's report. So I'll walk you through quickly what are the chapters, items we are going to cover from the product standpoint. So most of the people are new to IAM. So hence that is the reason I have added in the first session, we will talk about the fundamentals of IAM. Like what is IAM? What is the purpose of implementing IAM in real-time project? So can't we run the organization without IAM? If yes, then how should we do that? If no, then how do we implement IAM? So if you are in a situation to implement IAM, what are the factors we need to consider? Like what is governance, what is compliance, so how we can automate. So we'll talk about everything in the first session. Basically, we'll talk about fundamentals of IAM overview, then we'll get into SailPoint, then SailPoint advantages compared to other IAM solution. Let's say we have Okta, we have CyberArk, we have Oracle Identity Manager. Your organization might implement those products rather than SailPoint, but they have chosen to implement SailPoint. Then there must be solid reason. There must be some advantages. So what could be that? We will learn what will be the advantages of SailPoint. So once the introduction is done, then actually we'll get into the core area of SailPoint installation. So here you might act as an architect, the first point of contact. Maybe you are a developer, you are an engineer. So you have to know the base level, how to install SailPoint, how to implement in real time. As an architect, you got a requirement to implement SailPoint. Then what will be your approach? How will you design the document? So here you need to decide couple of parameters like what softwares may be required. How do we decide the hardware components like RAM, ROM, operating system, then application server, database server. We require software binaries. Sometimes we require other components. So how do we decide that? So once you decided hardware and software components in real-time organization, so you may need to decide as well how to improve the user experience. Let's say when application is up, we have to make sure there should not be any downtime, which means your application should not go down. So we have to think in a way, in a such a way, so that how many servers we can configure. So that let's say one server is down, then other server can effectively manage the application. So that we should plan accordingly so that there should not be any downtime. And as well as we have to consider the performance standpoint as well, how to improve the performance for the application, for SailPoint application. So each and everything we will talk about in the second session, architectural of SailPoint. So once we complete this, actually we'll get into installation area. So here we are going to learn 8.2 version. So usually the current version is 8.4 P1, but we'll try to follow N-1 module. So we'll start learning 8.2 version, and in the upgrade chapter, we'll upgrade to 8.3. So here, step by step, we will learn like how to install all the required softwares, like how to install application server, database server. It's a pretty simple process. Then how to deploy SailPoint application into application server. Then how do we create the database? Then how to manage, map each and every item with each other so that application can be run successfully. So in the installation chapter, we will learn these things. So once we install SailPoint, it will be like a clean slate. Nothing will be there. And IAM is all about managing the identities and their application access. So obviously here we need to manage identity, we need to manage applications and all the application accounts. So when we are talking about these scenario, obviously we require these items so that we can manage effectively. So in the basic configuration and common terminologies, we will learn. And additionally, like once we install SailPoint, it's like a clean slate, as I said earlier. So nothing will be there. So we will perform all the basic configuration first, then we'll talk about all the common terminologies. So once this is done, then actually we'll get into application onboarding area. So in this application onboarding, we will learn why do we need to onboard an application? Because in the IAM area, so okay, let me give an overview first. As an end user, if you are going to join any organization, so first thing, you are going to give an interview, you will get selected, you will get an offer letter. Once you get an offer letter, on the particular joining date, you have to join the organization. On the particular day, you may receive corporate asset like laptop or system. So you need a credential. So from that point, you have to think who is going to create your user account? Is it an automated way or a manual way? Okay, if somebody is going to create user account on which application, that's very mandatory. It could be Active Directory, or is it a Workday application? Is it a HR application? Or is it any LDAP or any other directory? So we might have a number of external application. So here we are going to learn how to onboard this application with SailPoint so that we can expect automation here. Like whenever user is going to join any organization, the user account can be created automatically. That's going to be the basic necessary of onboarding any application. So here we will learn how to onboard an application. So when we are talking about in real time, there are a number of applications will be there. Many applications will be there. So the application source data will be different, which means, let's say we have an application we can access from browser. That's called front-end GUI, graphic user interface. Similarly, those data will be stored in the backend as well. So usually we'll consider as a source data. The source data could be database, it could be sometime specific spreadsheet, it could be directory. The source data could be cloud level as well. So we are not aware initially where the source data has been stored. So here we are going to decide, we are going to learn how to fetch, how to import those source data, how to import the data from the source level. So in the application onboarding area, we will learn how to create an application, how to fetch the data from the target system so that SailPoint can create user accounts technically here. So in the application onboarding chapter, we will try to cover 5 or to 6 different type of connectors, because connector are the mediator between SailPoint and the target application. So technically we will learn 5 to 6 different type of connectors. The very important point here, we are going to learn from the project related scenario. In real time, if you get a requirement to onboard any application, then what should be your approach? How should we interact with application team? How should we conduct a data gathering session, or like an intake session? So once you have the required information, required data, how to onboard an application, then how to fetch the data from the target application. So the entire scenario we are going to cover in the application onboarding chapter. So once application onboarding is done, um, let's talk about other scenario. Let's say you got the application is going to be decommissioned. So they don't require any support from SailPoint application anymore. So how to retire that application from SailPoint? So we will talk about that as well. So once application onboarding is done, which means so far we onboarded an application, SailPoint is responsible to provide support. Then additionally, we can manage identities as well. Why? Because already we aggregated the data from the target source. We fetch the data from the target source. Now we have application, we have identities, which means from now onwards, whenever user is looking for any application access, SailPoint can provision. So here something is missing. We need to manage the group as well, because each and every application will have their own set of permission. So we need to make sure those permission needs to be available in SailPoint. So if these permissions are available in SailPoint, so user can request directly. So that's where we require this roles and entitlement. So this is what we are going to learn. Once application onboarding is completed, we will talk about roles and entitlements. So like what is entitlement, how to aggregate them, how to manage those entitlement. Then we will learn how to implement role module. So with the help of role module, what will be the advantages? Let's say we are not going to implement roles, then what will be the disadvantages? So we'll cover everything. Technically, we will learn how to access application entitlement roles from front end, and a similar way, which means from your browser, or you can call it as GUI, graphic user interface, or it's from backend. So in backend also we have something. And other than that, we will learn how to access the same data from database level, because at the end, the data will be stored in the database level. And we have other interface called IIQ console. From there also how to retrieve the data. So technically we will learn how to access the data from different interfaces. So we will learn. So once roles and entitlements are done, then now we have users, we have application, we have the permissions. If user is going to submit any request, then SailPoint is the authorization. SailPoint has authorization to complete the entire process. So here we may require approvals as well. So as per the requirement, how to implement multi-tier of approval. Like first level should go to manager, second level should go to owner, application owner. Let's say third level should go to specific IT director. Then in that scenario, how to achieve that, how to implement multi-level of approval. So we will learn that. And additionally, what kind of approaches are available. Different type of approval approaches are available in SailPoint. We will learn. So once approvals are done, then actually we'll get into access request customization. Like what kind of customization we can implement as per the requirement, we will cover. So once access request and approvals areas are done, then we will get into attribute creation. So attributes are nothing, it's like a placeholder. Like now let's say we have an identity, we have one user. For each user, identity got created. The user will have a number of information, right? Like first name, last name, email ID, department, location, region. For each and every user, this information needs to be stored. So that's where we need attributes. So technically, attributes are like a placeholder. So we will learn how to create attributes technically. Usually this activity will be done by developers, but let me try to put it in a simple way so that you can learn how to create attributes. And we will learn how to fetch the value, how to map the value from the target source, HR source. Any of these small chapters like approvals, access request customization, then attributes, these are not part of the course content. So once we cover these things, we will get into task area. So task, I would say it's like a backbone of SailPoint. So using this task, we can perform n number of activities. Like we can aggregate the data, we can update all the user information, we can certify all the user access, a number of things we can perform using these tasks. So in SailPoint, it's very important to learn how to create custom tasks as per the requirement. Then how to automate this task. Let's say we cannot assign an engineer or L1, L2 guys to execute this task manually. If we are going to do that, let's say in one environment, we have 2000 application. For 2000 application, we might have 4000, 5000 tasks. So we cannot assign an engineer to execute these tasks manually. So obviously we have to learn how to schedule these tasks so that SailPoint can automatically execute whenever the time arrives. On the scheduled time, the task can be executed. Then additionally, we will learn how to monitor this task. Okay, now we have automated this task. It can be executed automatically, but we require an engineer to monitor as well. Because if anything goes wrong, if any task is ended with failure, we have to check how to troubleshoot, how to re-execute. We will learn in the monitoring area. Then sometimes the task has been executed, but it's taking more time than the actual time. Then obviously how to terminate, how to forcefully terminate this task. So we will learn in a 360-degree view in the task area. Similarly, whatever we learned in the task chapter, we are going to apply the same ideology for report as well. The outcome may be different, but from SailPoint end, the functionality wise, the configuration wise, reports and task both are same. So we will cover task and reports on the same day. So far we learned application onboarding, access permission management like entitlement rules. Then we learned, we are going to learn about approvals, access request customization, attribute creation, then task and reports. So this is going to be one area. So here you need to learn whatever we are going to discuss in this session. You have to practice the same from your end as well, because I can teach each and every item from my end, each and every corner of the product I can teach you. But at the end, you have to practice the same from your end. So once we cover this area, now we will get into governance area. Now user has a number of application access. We are in a situation to review each and every user access, whether the user has the right set of access or not. If they have right set of access, we can leave as a risk. If they have any unwanted or unauthorized access, which may be added intentionally or by mistake, it needs to be removed. So that's where we require certification. So here we are going to learn in a 360-degree view. Why I'm saying? Because here we are going to learn the product, but in real time, you are not going to involve in all the activities. Let's say you are part of governance team, then you have certain tasks which needs to be performed. So in this entire certification process, many teams are going to involve: governance team, certification team, application team, SailPoint developer, SailPoint engineer. Okay. So technically we have to learn what is their day-to-day activities and how should we successfully complete the certification process, like how to configure certification, what are the life cycle of a certification. Let's say certification has been activated, then how access review can be done. If they are facing any technical issues, then as a SailPoint engineer, how to troubleshoot, how to fix that issue. Maybe governance team is looking for some kind of customization, or they have some expectation, how to fulfill that as a developer. So we will learn in a 360-degree view when it comes to certification area. So once we complete certification, we will get into policies. Like we have to ensure a lot of security policies, access related policies needs to be implemented. So technically here we are going to learn what is policy, what type of policies we have in SailPoint, like SOD policies and generic policies. How do we implement them? Once we activated these policies, if any user is going to violate these policies as a policy violation owner, how do we take control over there? How to take action over there? We will learn. Then we will learn how to evaluate these policies. When it comes to evaluation, we have two approaches. One is preventative policy approach, policy evaluation. The other one is detective policy evaluation. So we will cover each and every aspect of policies here. So once certification and policies are done, so actually we'll get into provisioning area. Like what is provisioning? So a couple of people are from manual provisioning, right? So here you guys can correlate. So what is provisioning? How to automate this provisioning for each and every application? Then what is RBAC, ABAC, PBAC? Other than that, additionally, we have JML events. So what is that? How do we implement them as per the requirement? RBAC is nothing, it's role-based access control, access-based access control, policy-based access control, RBAC, ABAC, PBAC, and then we have JML, joiner, mover, lever. So each and everything I'll explain theoretically first, then I'll demonstrate from my system. Or I may ask somebody to share your screen. We can demonstrate in their system as well. So technically here we are going to learn each and everything from provisioning area. And once this lifecycle manager, the provisioning are done. So these are the major areas what we are going to cover. Then additionally, we have a small chapters like what is quick link, what is batch request. Let's say we have 1,000 users. For them, we have to perform any bulk operation. Then obviously we have to rely on batch request. So what is batch request? What is quick link? Then we will learn how to perform bulk object deletion. So these are the day-to-day activities which we need to perform in real time. Then actually we will learn what is plugin, uh, how to implement some customization over in the debug page, how to export the object. Okay. So if you people are interested, then we can learn additionally what is patch, what is upgrade, how to apply these things. Then we'll talk about deployment process. Okay. If I'm not wrong, we missed this risk modeling. It's a legacy process, legacy module. We are not following this anymore. If you guys are interested, we can talk about this as well. So, and additionally, we will learn from audit perspective as well. Let's say if audit team comes and if they are looking for any evidence, how to retrieve the data from front end. So we will cover these things. So this is pretty much what we are going to cover throughout this session. So now it's your time. If you have any question, anything you would like to clarify, feel free to ask. Yeah, and one more thing, I forgot to add these capabilities also. Yeah, we will cover this as well. So does anybody has any question? Anything would like to clarify? Now it's your time, guys. Feel free to ask.
Kabir, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
After completing this course, so we will have like complete knowledge on SailPoint IIQ, or like only some percentage of it?
No, we will have 100% knowledge on the product level.
Okay.
So here I won't be able to comment whether you are suitable for administrator or a developer or architect. Now it's up to you. Now you know the product. If you know Java additionally, then you are a developer already. So once complete this course, already you are a SailPoint engineer, SailPoint administrator, because you know each and every corner of the product, right? How to configure and all. Once you know the entire process, then it would be very easy to troubleshoot as well. Let's say on a daily basis, you are performing manual provisioning. So you know, right? If something comes, I mean, if something went wrong, if user is saying, I'm not able to access this application, obviously, you know how to log in, how to retrieve the user information, whether its account got logged or not. We can troubleshoot in such areas, right? To achieve that, first, you know the entire process. So the process wise, we are going to learn everything very briefly here.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, whatever we are going to learn here, it will help you to understand the product. But in real time, you are not going to involve in all the area. Maybe you are application team member, you are part of governance team, you are part of provisioning team, maybe you are an operational team member. So when it comes to real time, the day-to-day activities will be very minimal, limited area you are going to cover.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, feel free to ask whatever question comes on your mind. Feel free to ask. Yeah. Get it clarified.
And is there any WhatsApp group or anything like if we have any queries, uh, like while working and all, like how can we get it clarified?
On a daily basis, usually the first 10 minutes, I'll try to clarify all of your doubts. Because today, let's say I'm going to have a first session today.
Mm.
First, I'll explain theoretically everything. Then I'll demonstrate. Now it's your turn to practice from your system, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe you get stuck, you are getting any error, you need some doubt. I mean, need some clarification over there. In the next day, we can discuss. Okay. And
Okay.
again, we need to check with the management whether they are going to allow us to create WhatsApp group or not. Usually they won't allow. We need to check with the
Okay.
management. Yeah.
Okay. And is there any email or something like for now, like we are done with the course and like if in case, like we may not be able to
Yeah,
complete
got your
the
question.
classes daily and in future if we have any queries or anything as such.
So usually I'll try to provide support from my end 100% because I can assure you that. But whether other than that, on a daily basis, you have to join the session, guys. Let's say if you're going to miss a single day session, you can go through the recorded session, but it won't be live, right? If you have any
No,
doubts,
I
you can
meant like when
ask.
we are practicing and all, like a day or two,
I'll
like if
provide support.
okay,
We'll have a
okay,
doubt session as well. Yeah,
okay.
no worries on that. So what about Rashmi, Raj, Koshish? You guys are clear?
No question at the moment.
Usually the demo session itself, people will ask a lot of questions. Okay. And all these sessions will be recorded session, guys. So you can get the access for 1 year if I'm not wrong. Okay. So you can check with the management and coordinator regarding this, how long they are going to provide support and all. So from my end, product standpoint, I can teach you everything. I can provide support. Okay. And additionally, if you require any, if let's say additionally you want to learn something from SailPoint, I can help you to learn that as well. Okay. So if you require to build your resume, if you are looking for any key points, maybe you are planning to prepare for your interviews, yeah, I can help you over there also.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it from my end. If you have any questions, we can discuss, or else we are good to end the session. Okay, yeah. So the coordinator is confirming. You can create a, I mean, you guys can create a Telegram group.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll take it as no, you guys don't have any questions. So then we are good to end the session. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.